able to bring awareness to cancer and just continue to research and try to find as many ways as possible to help it. I know for me, it's been amazing with our Why Not You Foundation to be able to do a lot of things with pediatric cancer in particular. It's been amazing with T-cell therapy and everything else, and it's been a blessing just to be able to see kids. There's no better feeling than to see a child who goes in with cancer but also comes out with no more cancer, and because of T-cell therapy, just some of the things I've been able to see and witness. And so I think about people like Milton Wright and just others. There's so many others, but it's a tough thing that we all experience. We all may know somebody or whatever it may be. Obviously, we have Paul Allen, who's going through something right now, and despite as many things as you may have in the world, or whatever you don't have, we all go through a lot. We all have our situations and our issues or whatever it may be. And I think just to be there for people, to continue to bring awareness and to continue to love people and everything else, and be a helping hand in whatever that may be. It may be with your resources, it may be with your time, it may just be with your voice and just giving a sense of care. I think that's what's really critical, and I think that with the platform that I have, the platform that a lot of us players have, we can bring great awareness to it, and it's been a blessing to be a part of.
Why do you go to Children's Hospital every Tuesday, and what role does your father have in that?
Well, Children's Hospital has meant a lot to me. I got here, in May. It was May 11th, 2012, and one of the things that I went to Children's Hospitals, in NC State and Wisconsin and everything else. But one of the things that I wanted to do is, I knew that when I got to Seattle, wherever city I was going to go to, I wanted to make a difference in that city and find a way that meant something. My mom grew up as an ER nurse. When I was growing up, she was an ER nurse. She'd always been in hospitals. My dad was a diabetic who passed away from diabetes, and they were always in the hospital for whatever reason. And it was always challenging. It was always challenging because you may not have people around. You may not have many family members around. You may just be you. And I remember many times it was just me and my dad in the room sometimes, or just my mom and my sister with my dad, or whatever it may be. And maybe it's just the whole family, but there's really, when you're in a hospital, you feel alone sometimes. And I think that for me, it's been something that I've always wanted to be able to try to give a glimpse of hope just for a split second, and just a smile on somebody's face, for a quick second. And Seattle Children's Hospital does a tremendous job, first of all. I think it's one of the best hospitals in the world, how they treat their patients and just the doctors that they have. People fly from all over the world. I've met kids from Australia, I've met kids from Montana, I've met kids from New York, I've met kids from all different locations around the world just to go to Children's Hospital. I met a kid the other day from North Carolina. And so when you think about that, I think that I want to be able to make an impact, not just through playing quarterback and not just hopefully throwing a lot of touchdowns and hopefully winning a lot of games, but I think that, hopefully just if I can put a smile on some kid's face. And I think the other thing is for me is that, a lot of the world is, it can sometimes be about me or whatever, and everybody kind of wants to give you the attention or whatever. And I think that it's a humbling experience to be able to go into a room and knowing that, a kid may only have 12 to 18 hours left to live. A kid may have been hit by a car, a young girl that I met once, just some of the things that you experience. And so I think that it's bigger than just the game. It's a lot bigger than that. And, and I always say this, with Why Not You Foundation, for example, and like I said earlier, the T-cell therapy, pediatric cancer, the reality is that you never know if it's going to be your kid. You never know if it's going to be somebody else's kid that you know. And so I think that when you take that perspective, you're willing to do as much as you can. And so me having 2 kids now and everything else, it means the world to me just to just to see other people, the nurses and the doctors who make such a great difference there at Seattle Children's, and not just Seattle Children's, but all the hospitals that are around this location, and a lot of other places that I've been able to, fortunately be able to go to.